general public would have anything they'd like to say this week, now's your time to do it, because we will be going into executive session as soon as we start.
What are we doing?
Yes, Mary Ann, it's nice to see you for the second time at a board meeting.
Yes. I just don't know where to begin. I mean, you want an opinion, or you want, I can do opinions, I can do questions.
You have a question?
Do I have questions?
Yeah.
I have many questions.
All right.
First, let me just give my opinion. I think this development is completely out of scale for what we're doing. I think it is creating
What we're doing? What exactly does that mean?
Completely out of scale for, completely out of scale for the size of this city and what we already have in this very neighborhood. I don't see it being built over on the south side.
What do you mean? Listen, if they want to build it on the Cass
No,
side,
they
nobody's
don't,
stopping them.
actually.
Yeah, I know they
Yeah,
don't. So
somebody
where do you
stopped it.
expect them to get it built, Mary Ann?
Well, you know what? I gotta tell you, everybody kind of,
Everybody who? Everybody
the
who?
whole population of Hudson carries,
The whole population of
wait,
Hudson.
can you let me finish the sentence?
Why don't you let her speak?
Why don't you let people speak?
Yeah, let me speak, and then you can criticize, whatever, okay? You're saying, first they started with 40-something additional units, then it became 75. Now there's a potential for another whatever, and it comes out to 145 in the end. What is happening?
It's 76 units. Let's
Right.
just be clear on that.
What is happening here, there's always been a divide, as those of us who've been in Hudson know, between the north side and the south side. Poor people on the north side, rich people on the south side. Now we're going to even quarter that half and put all the poor people down on this one section of town. So now you're on the north side, lower north side. Because once you hit 3rd Street and go up from there, it's going to be a different world. So I think, first of all, I just think the size, the potential size of this whole addition is out of scale to the population of Hudson. I asked him, we met, I said to him, he said to me, I have 200 people on my waiting list. I said, okay. I said, of those 200 people, how many are on everybody else's waiting list? I don't know. Fair enough. Can't know. Where are these people currently and previously living? Are we trying to solve?
We have 266.
Doesn't matter.
We have 166.
Doesn't matter.
Just on
I know
Section
from
8.
when I did Section 8 that if I had John Doe on my waiting list, so did Terrace, so did Providence, so did everybody, okay? Because that's just the way it is. People need apartments. They're going to go everywhere until something comes through, okay? So we don't know if the waiting list is viable. We also know, which I mentioned last week, that people are rejected. So your 200-person waiting list is not necessarily a viable waiting list. But the other question is if they're saying that this is a regional problem, this housing problem is a regional problem, then where are these people coming from? Why is Hudson being asked to solve a regional problem? I'm going to rant a little bit here. I'm going to re-rant when we get to the other meeting. The other thing is that originally the city was looking to do what they called lowercase affordable housing. Lowercase a, lowercase h, without realizing that affordable housing is a very legal term, very specific, and imposes certain income limits on the applicants, okay, or on the residents. So that's not what people thought they were getting, and now this is what we're getting. It's not addressing the people that need the housing, which are the younger people. In fact, with these income limits, if you have a family with 2 working people who are making minimum wage and maybe not even working a full week, they're going to be over income on most of these apartments to even get in. So that's just, that's just math. That's not, this is nothing specific.
So how much are the rents, do you think?
The rents are going to be a sliding scale, 30% of your income, including utilities, less a couple of deductions, blah, blah, blah. But in any case, it's what is the income limits to get in the apartments to begin with. The very low is going to be, I want to say 30, Tim, you can correct me here, 30% of the median income.
So do you know what the median income?
Yeah, it's about 48,000 for a
Actually-
family of 4.
Actually, it's
23,000.
the lowest
No.
area median income for the project across the street would be 50% area median.
50, oh, since when? You just said it was going to be very low for the elderly.
For the seniors.
For the seniors?
Yeah,
Okay, well,
we're
so
talking
let's
family,
clarify that.
yeah.
So I mean, you know, and then there's gonna be 50%, and then what's the highest gonna be?
70% area median.
Did this go up since last week? Because it was 60%. 60, yeah, right? Yeah, it was not 70%.
50 to 65. No, the median income is
Yeah.
actually $65,000. That's what it's based on. It's based on the county
I know it's
AMI.
based on the county median income, it's not 60,000, I think it's, maybe it's more like 47, can you please check that?
County AMI?
What's the
Yeah.
county, what's
It's
the
like
county?
$78,000.
Yes.
It's 78,
About
okay.
76, 78,000.
Even so, do the math, 78,000, I had it notes scattered all over the joint.
I mean, just a comment, I'm
Yeah.
giving, the 50, the income amounts will range from $25,000 for a one-bedroom to $53,000 for a three-bedroom.
Divide,
No, that's the income limit.
the upper income limit, yeah.
Right, based on percentage of AMI.
So again, in a one-bedroom apartment, you get a husband and wife for argument's sake, two people working, making minimum wage. I think they're gonna come in over that income limit.
That's for one person.
Well, two people could live in a one-bedroom, in
Well,
fact, they're gonna have to if
right,
they're a
so for
couple.
two people, then it goes up.
It just, but it doesn't go up much for two people. It does not go up, it doesn't double. It goes up a small, very small percentage. You must have the income guidelines here for Columbia County. I know I had them last week.
And I mean, and just a comment,
Yeah.
can I say the unit breakdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the unit breakdown is for the 40-unit building, 11 units at 50%, 12 units at 60%, and 17 units at 70%.
Wait, 12 at 60%?
12 at 60 and 17 units at 70%. That's what,
And what is the elderly? You think they don't count, but they do count.
no, they do count, but they're very low
They're
income.
30%.
They're 30%.
Yeah,
And how many units is that?
33.
So 33 units at 30%, 33 very low, 11 at 50, 12 at 60, 17 at 70.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
you just
the
said.
multifamily building where the
Yeah, I hear
AMI is
you.
higher. It's 30% for
Let me
Bliss
ask you a
Towers.
really, really
It's
big-
30% for Bliss Towers and 30%
Let
for
me
the
ask you a
senior
really, really
housing.
big question. This is a federal mandate to hook up with some developers or whatever, or to do this rad.
Yeah, they've got an
Okay,
app for that,
so-
yeah.
If it's a federal mandate, that means across the whole country, every public housing agency has to do something. They're mandated to do something. What happens to all these places that don't have land to build? What do? There's got to be some other solution to the problem that you have of the budget not working. Do you have reserves here? You don't have reserves, do you?
Dan, do
You
you
have
wanna
reserves?
tackle that one, what the rest of the country should do?
No, that's not what the rest of the country should do. Don't just take this lightly. What I'm trying to say is
You know
there
what?
more than
You know
one
what?
way to skin a cat?
I've been here every month for 4 years, Mary Ann. You showed up last month for the first time.
And I'm asking questions.
Last week.
And I'm asking questions based on my knowledge and my experience of doing this housing for 25 years.
So, nobody here takes it lightly, okay? Let's just get that straight.
I'm asking what other solutions are there besides increasing to this very out-of-scale proportion the number of units, additional low-income units that we are putting in this neighborhood? I think that's clear.
The board made a business determination based on DRI studies that have been done, the housing studies that have been done, and the needs of its residents.
No, the regional needs, and in fact, that's what they said at the last meeting on that. So we in Hudson, when I say we, I'm in Hudson, I live on Washington Street. We are taking on the bigger problem of the regional need for housing. But we're really not addressing, well, maybe you are in these 17 units. We're really not addressing the, let's just say, upper, lower income people, or whatever you want to call it, that we really do need for the young people that we need in the city. Well, 70% of the median. Okay, I'm done. Do you have any answers? I'd like to know.
Actually, Randall's here, and we'll be going into executive session.
There's no more
That was your public comment period?
There's no more public comment.
So sorry, guys, I didn't mean to take up all the time. I usually,
Give them more
Cutting it
time,
short.
that's ridiculous.
No,
Yeah,
no.
this is a joke.
Okay, I'm not laughing.
Everyone is laughing at you. Go ahead.
That's their prerogative.
So this is not a public meeting?
It is. We're having an executive session. We have some things to discuss. We open the meeting back up to the public when we're done.
About how long do you think?
15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, maybe at the most.
I'll make one public comment now. The meeting notice for this meeting was posted here this afternoon. That's not good enough notice. You guys gotta do better.
It was in the paper. It was published in the paper.
Well, it wasn't posted here so the tenants
It was
can
also
see it.
published on Gossip's website.
Well, I heard it was in Gossip Columns.
Gossip is not a paper
That's
of
not
record.
the same.
We were in the paper of record.
Yeah.
What's your point?
You said Gossip's was, well, it was published in Gossip's Columns. It's not a paper of record.
Okay.
we'll be in the laundry room.
Got to open the meeting for vote.
I think that we need to go to executive session.
Let's open the meeting first. Okay.
Or we can open the floor for public comment, but we have to. So I think in the, to move the meeting along, read the whole resolution, just vote on it. Well, we're gonna press for it. Okay. All right, we're back in session. We're a little pressed for time, so we're gonna open the floor for comment at 4 till 6. We will be voting on the resolution, so keep your comments brief so that everybody can have a chance to speak. If anybody has any comments.
I did.
Anybody who's interested?
If you have something.
Oh, yeah, it got me out. But yeah, I did have a question. I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what the right words to say. But I feel that like when you said earlier about the notices that you handed out, you said you put it on the gossip column of whatever paper and some other paper, and I'm thinking like everybody doesn't live on the internet, and everybody doesn't look at their at the paper. You feel me? I'm saying like y'all should have had this on the board. On the board earlier, and I'm feeling like y'all kind of just it was kind of like underhanded to me, because we all are here, and we thought we was gonna do what we normally do here, is have the meeting like right now, but you tell us to get out, and it seems kind of fishy. I mean, I'm not the only one who thinks this, and it feels kind of fishy, like y'all just kick us out, tell us to leave, kick us out, whatever, and then y'all do y'all secret society meeting here, and we out there having our own meeting because we're feeling like y'all are against us or not feeling here what we're trying to say, and we're fully trying to understand. Then you tell this guy, another guy comes and tells him to turn off his TV. I'm like, what are y'all hiding? I mean, why? I mean, it just feels like it was purposely done. It seems really evil and underhanded to me, like y'all trying to undermine us or something, or not fully explain to me what's going on. Because a lot of us are here, but we still fully don't freaking understand. I mean, that's my issue. That was one of my issues right there, and that's all I have to say about that. And if anybody else disagree with me, fine. But I know when we was out in the hallway, a lot of people was not happy about what the situation that just went on just here, just now. And mind you, we got 15 minutes, y'all gonna leave and go somewhere else to City Hall to speak to the president, the mayor. And I know he's not the president, but
Common Council, not the mayor.
whatever. Y'all going to speak to the elites or whatever. And then we only got 15 minutes to express or discuss what's going on, and that's not enough time. Mind you, we sit here at 5 o'clock or a little after, and then once we get here, we all gotta go out, and then we only have limited time to speak. Do y'all, you feel me? Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
You're clear.
Well, we also had a meeting last week that was open to the public. That was,
We're talking about, I'm
No,
talking
no,
about this
yeah, but
branch right here.
it discussed the same items. It was our regular meeting. So, you know, we did have it on the agenda for last week, the MDA. And that was
I don't know what the
well
MDA is.
publicized.
Y'all come up with all these letters, MDA, FFO, BOC, LOL. I don't know what all these
You know
letters stand
what,
for.
we're very limited with time.
See,
okay?
that's what I'm talking
So,
about. See, limited with time. Y'all did this underhandedly, man.
You know
You
what?
did.
It's,
You did.
Randall, do you have something?
Yeah.
I do. First of all, there was nothing underhanded. We as a board, have been working on this project for almost 18 months. And there's been, I think, probably 18 meetings about this in some form or fashion. So nothing about this is underhanded. All this stuff is on the website.
I'm talking about this.
I understand that you feel like a little slightly. The purpose of this meeting, the way it was set up, was that we had to come in and there was something that had to be read to us about something that was a different thing. But if you feel like you don't have enough time or questions, we have kind of exhaustively done this, and I take a little bit of offense at that, Iffy, because we work very hard to make this building and what we're doing a great thing for the community. So to cast those aspersions are not fair. And I understand that you're saying you don't understand what's happening tonight, but we have gone through this process, and you know that you can come down to the office or meet with the commissioners at any time. Don't label things what they're not. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
and I take offense to that.
You don't have to take offense to Randall. I'm just saying, this is how I feel. I have spoke to people about my concerns, and I got the questions I had asked, and I got a definite answer. It was fine, you know.
Yes,
but when I come to this meeting, I'm thinking about, like, I'm coming to be concerned of what's going on with my building and what's going on, and all of a sudden I'm sitting here trying to understand. Then we gotta get up and leave. I'm confused.
It's unusual, but this is not like our normal meeting. So this is a little different than our normal meeting, and I don't want you to take offense that we had to listen to something. But in no way, shape, or form are we trying to do anything that is underhanded or that is not within the community. We're totally transparent, and just believe that and know that. And if you have a specific question, just ask.
You all know that I'm not the only one. I'm speaking, but I'm not the only one who feels this.
Oh, I get that.
There's a lot of people that feel this way, but I'm just speaking. Maybe I use the wrong words, but I'm just speaking from whatever other people feel.
All right, and all I'm saying is just rest assured that there's nothing going on that you know, me specifically, and I know that everyone, we've been working very, very hard to make this building a reality and to improve this building, and we have nothing but the best interest. And I come here every week, twice a week, doing stuff to make sure that happens. Okay. So just be assured, if you have specific questions, ask them, but there's nothing untoward going on.
The next question.
Okay.
John Friedman.
Hi, thank you. I've been following what you've been doing. I haven't come to any meetings before, but I've been following the videotapes and the reports. And
This is our first videotape.
The thing that's really strikes me about this project is that it seems to have metastasized on the Section 8 side, to the exclusion of some of the other community members. And I wonder if there's a housing study that contradicts what the city adopted in its housing plan, strategic housing plan, Because that came to a different conclusion, I believe, from what you seem to be trying to embody here. And I really wonder if you've thought about how that is going to affect not just the people who live within this building or within its literal shadows, but within the shadow, because it's such a small city, and this is such a large concentration. What you're proposing is essentially ghettoizing a portion of the city.
John, I don't mean to cut you off, but do you have a question?
Yeah, I mean, has this been discussed by you? And if you have a study, I'd like to see it.
Yes, it's been discussed for the last year. Much of what we're doing is right out of the Strategic Housing Action Plan, if you look at it.
I looked at it, I didn't see it suggesting tripling the number of Section 8 housing in a
What?
particular area.
Dan, do you want to address
There
that?
is a market study. The planning board, as part of their environmental review process, has requested that. So that's being finalized. There are some elements to the market study where they asked us to take a look at the upper level of that 70% level to see what kind of demand is there. And so we're doing the market analysis. The market analyst is doing that, and it's going to be finalized. It's going to be going to the planning board.
What's the geographic region of the market?
They're looking at the city of Hudson. Really, it's looking at the city of Hudson. They're looking
2 square miles?
I don't have it in front of me. I'm not the analyst. When it comes out, it will be a public record that will be available. And then this project is going to go through a secret review process in which there's going to be public comment before the planning board. And these issues that you've highlighted, the planning board has brought up in one form or another to us. And it's very much on our radar. So this is what's been proposed to the planning board. Nothing's being finalized tonight, other than that we're moving forward with PRC to present the project to the planning board, pursue financing, etc.
And are you
And
drafting an EIS?
John, wait a minute, just to back up.
Let me answer.
Well, wait a minute, no, I just want to address one thing. The Section 8 issue we've addressed, and basically that is a governmental thing. The federal government is moving all public housing to Section 8. We have no choice in that. It's either you go to Section 8 or you go away. So if, those are our options. If the city wants to step up. Huh?
All the Section 8 housing has to be in one tax lot, or?
No, the Section 8 housing will be spread among the city. Galvin is doing some 30 units of low-income housing. But we can only build on the property we own. If you want the city to give us land in exchange for what we have across the street, I suggest you make that to the city. Okay. Marie.
My name is Maria Henry, and I'm a resident of this building. And first of all, I just want to say, most people, I don't care how much income you have, most people want to live in something is affordable, healthy, productive, and all that and everything. That the statement that you made, you're building or you're setting up for this to be a little ghetto, I really took that really offensive, because Section 8 does not always mean that it's people that have the lowest education or illiterate or they're addicts or whatever. Hudson has a problem with affordable housing. Now, affordable does not always mean that it's affordable enough for me. But Section 8 with a voucher says that whoever is an outside rental, a private owner that wants to take Section 8, or do we have to do something like this? Because Hudson is so small within a large county, none of the landlords here want to take Section 8. None of them. So what are we to do?
Yeah.
So hold on, please let me finish. So what are we to do if not? So we can implement people within different communities. I live next to somebody that's paying Section 8. The next person is paying maybe whatever their income is, and it's a mixed environment. But they're not making it easy for us to do that. Now, what I don't agree with is the building type that we're building. where we're stacking people on top of each other. That's my thing. I would like it if we could do the urban renewal thing where everybody gets it. Because when people can rent to own something, they take more pride in it than stacking people on top of each other. It's the last thing I'm gonna say. So please, don't say that.
Matt, you got a question? I'm sorry,
They're
very
a
good.
little ghetto, because they're not. They're doing the best that they
Go ahead,
can
Matt.
with what they have.
I think just a comment at this point. It can be very frustrating for the board, I'm sure, to have to deal with some of the same issues meeting after meeting. But I'm also going to ask the board to own some of that confusion, because it feels in every regard like you guys start with the conclusion, and then in a manner of speaking, they're the folks present to talk you out of it, and you tend to say, we've got this covered, we did our homework. What you've never really done is educate the community. Here's the process, here's how it works, here's when the meetings will be, here's how many RAD meetings we are going to have, here's meeting number 1, meeting number 2 out of 3. You haven't done that, you haven't advertised adequately. This meeting could not have had 2-week public notice given, because it was only decided as of last week to have this meeting. So you're not giving proper public notice, you're not laying out the process for the public to see. So you guys have got to start owning this in some way. You can't treat these questions again and again as hand grenades that are rolling onto the table, and you've got to get them off as quickly as you can. When there's a question about, for example, the design of the building, Alan, you've argued me down on these things again and again. I think it would be much more constructive for you to turn to PRC, which has been at the table at a time, and say, there's a concern from the community. Will you see what you can do about this? Say this to the developer. But we're in the middle of this process. Nobody understands what's really going on, and you guys haven't really educated us.
Okay. No, we've really got to get to the vote.
But I just don't want to let that go. Just Tim, I just want you to explain it, because we have had meetings about the rally. What you just said was inaccurate. But not because we have had a lot of meetings, and a lot of this has been done step by step. I'd like to talk to you about that, but what you said was
You
inaccurate.
guys have been talking about it all the time amongst yourself, and sometimes when that happens, you think you're also sharing all that information with the public. You haven't been, not to the extent it needs to be. My understanding is the requirement is 3 meetings of RAD and an explanation opportunity to the public before it can be processed forward.
Absolutely.
It is not clear whether those meetings have happened, whether you're considering one RAD meeting that you just tacked on to the end of a board meeting as one of those meetings, so we don't know where we are in that process. And I think that might be part of what Matt's referring to as clarity. Put it out there. The requirement is 3 meetings.
Absolutely.
These are the 3 meetings. Some of them may have happened, there might be more coming, but that has not been clear from you guys.
We will make that clear,
Okay.
and I apologize. That hasn't been made clear.
And I have
We can
to
make that
say it again, what I said when I first got here. The notices in this building need to go much earlier than
Thank you.
It's much more than the meeting notices.
Oh, yeah, it is much more, but that's one thing. If you want, you sincerely want people involved, then you need to put as much overkill. Do it, I'd rather see you do more. I mean, we certainly get enough papers under our doors about everything else. So, do it about the meetings as well, and do it more than an afternoon, because that didn't only happen today. That's happened with a number of board meetings. The notice gets posted the afternoon of the day of the meeting.
Well, our board meetings are the 2nd Wednesday of every month at 6 o'clock right here.
Still got to post it.
Always open to the public.
You still got to post it.
Okay, we need to vote on the
Can I get an
MDO.
answer about the EIS?
The what EIS?
If the planning board as lead agent asks, requires an EIS, there's going to be an EIS, but that's for the planning board to decide.
So you're not drafting? You don't believe that one will be necessary?
No, I didn't say that. I said if the planning board requires one, we'll give them one.
Could you tell me what an EIS is?
All right, I think we're gonna forego
Can
reading
I ask
the
one
entire
question?
thing.
You're going before the Economic Development Committee tonight?
Yes, yes.
What exactly is the purpose, what are you hoping to do there?
We're gonna show them our project and outline the benefits of the project, not just to the residents, but to the city. And it's
So you're
open
not looking for some kind of approval, you're just part
Nope,
of
nope, we're doing
selling
this.
the idea?
I called up Rich Volo and asked him if we could make a presentation. He said
Okay.
yes.
And the
Fortunately, we're
developers
not the
will be
first
there?
one. Huh?
The developers will be there?
Yes, he's sitting right in front of you.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's looking forward to it.
Okay,
So
yes.
Alan, I just want to make clear what we are, make clear for the public what's
Yes.
being approved tonight.
Okay.
What's being approved tonight is the master development agreement. Someone was asking about what MDA means.
Hey, folks,
So this is for all of you.
Could you speak up? You
Yeah,
have a very
I'm-
low voice.
So this is, what's being approved tonight is entering into the master development agreement. The master development agreement is a document which governs the terms and conditions of exploring and pursuing forward with the project. It does not commit the authority to the project. There's a lot of contingencies, as we've discussed, that need to happen. Land use approvals, financing, all of those items there. All this also does not commit the board to a specific design or plan. And that design and plan may end up changing as we go through the seeker and land use approval process. So this is merely to cement the relationship with PRC in moving forward in exploring and pursuing the project. Okay, is there any?
Makes sense.
Right, does it make that clear? Okay.
Okay.
all right. Can I have a motion to approve the MDA? Resolution number 458. Thank you, Mr. Bruno. And a second?
A second.
Peggy? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? So carried.
Okay, we gotta make a beeline.
No kidding, uptown.
Is there a motion to